my broken heart, no remedy. But maybe if you stay, we can get away with it. 'Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby. How do you do? 'Cause I'm feeling so good. But you'll be there, ready to rescue me if I go out of track. You can get away with it. 'Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby. I do you do? 'Cause I'm feeling so good. Yeah. What's on the other side?
jugging. Dissect your hand if your hand in my putting. Put two in your man if your man keep a looking. Act like a poop, your bitch get tookin'. I'm not the type to go fuck with them niggas who fuck with them niggas who stay on some fish. Oh, young and trapping out the bando. From the ceiling fan to the damn floor. Trying to stack my money up. Cause that's the only way we can go. Tell my mama that I'm okay. See the money coming through the doorway. Got a bad bitch with a lot of money, that's foreplay. Okay, they watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me.
You got me trapped inside this spell. Now I feel it, now I feel it. Your demons drag me close to hell. I can feel it.
Too cold, standing in the middle of the downpour. Looking in the mirror 'cause it's only you. I've been chillin', watching the ocean with you. Baby up with a slow motion crew. And we up in our growlings when people change, but not us. And we just chillin', kicking it, kissed by the sun. Could be soaked to the skin in the mall soon. I know she got the good vibes when seasons change, but we're the same. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you
Hello, welcome back to the We Are City channel. Manchester City today take on Nottingham Forest in the Premier League. We saw City pull off an absolutely massive win here on the channel as well midweek against Arsenal, league leaders Arsenal, who still are the league leaders in Arsenal. Arsenal today have just won against Aston Villa 4-2 in the end. They went behind twice, Arsenal, but got their way back, didn't they? And that shows they do have a lot of fight in the Arsenal team. They're currently top of the Premier League table by 3 points, level on games Manchester City. But City could go top once again here today with a win over Forest, but only on goal difference and with Arsenal having a game in hand, which could be, however, against Manchester City. Arsenal dropping points there today against Villa would have been fantastic for City. In the end, Arsenal 4-2 win is an own goal by Emi Martinez in the 93rd minute. And then a Gabriel Martinelli goal when Villa had pretty much thrown everyone forward. No goalkeeper in the net. Martinelli makes it 4-2. And Villa are beaten. Good try by Unai Emery's side, but it's just not the quality. Couldn't defend, they just can't defend. I mean, the first Arsenal goal was a gift from Tyrone Mings, and they tried to gift Arsenal a few goals a few times. Actually, Martin Odegaard missed a complete sitter. But Arsenal winners, and that won't be in the mind of the City players you'd hope for going into today's game at the City Ground against Nottingham Forest, who are unbeaten at the City Ground since, I think, the 16th of October. That shows the sort of form Forest have got. They haven't been winning too many games, but they have been steering clear of that relegation zone with their performances. City go with the same formation against Arsenal with 2 personnel changes. Nathan Ake steps out of the starting 11 for Manchester City, and in comes Aymeric Laporte. And out comes Riyad Mahrez at the right hand side, who was an early substitution in the previous fixture against Arsenal. He is replaced by Phil Foden, who starts once again in this Manchester City side alongside Haaland and Grealish in that front three. And I think last time we saw those three start together in a front three, an attacking formation together, an attacking line, we saw City go on to beat Manchester United, their bitter rivals, I suppose, 6-3 at the Etihad Stadium. So maybe we see that sort of goal scoring from City again. I think Pep Guardiola certainly has settled on this 3-4-3 formation. It is the sort of Johan Cruyff element to that City formation, the way they play. So Ederson does start in goal. It's Kyle Walker-Diaz and Laporte make up the back four. The back three. The midfield four is Kevin De Bruyne, Rodri, Gundogan and Bernardo Silva. Haaland, Grealish, Foden, the front three. 3-4-3 from Manchester City here against Nottingham Forest. What about the Forest side, however? Who have they lined up with? Well, this is the Forest team. In goal starts Keylor Navas, a Champions League winner, 5-time Champions League winner, 3-time Champions League winner with Real Madrid. Serge Aurier, ex-Spurs player, partners at the back in the full-back positions with Brazilian Renan Lodi on loan from Atletico Madrid. Alongside them, in the 2 central centre-back positions is Joe Worrell, captain of Nottingham Forest, and Felipe, signed from Atletico Madrid, a player that Phil Foden will know quite well. He was incredibly dirty in that fixture against Atletico Madrid in the Champions League last season for City. Now, Forest do sort of play a midfield 4. The way it's been listed is that Freuer, the ex-Atalanta midfielder, is playing on the right-hand side. I don't see that. I think it's going to be maybe a very narrow 4 from Nottingham Forest, but I've gone with the way that it's officially listed. Shelvey, Colback and Danilo in the midfield 3. Brennan Johnson at striker, Morgan Gibbs-White on the left, and Freuer on the right. But I do suspect it will be a different way, personally, but we'll have to see how things look with that one. I'd be very surprised if we saw Freuer playing on the right hand side, but you know, there's been stranger things have happened, I suppose, and Manchester City's playing Bernardo Silva at left back is one of them. So we are having a 3 o'clock kickoff today. You will not be able to watch this game in the United Kingdom, and if you can't watch this game and you want to know all the action as it goes on, then tune in live here to know everything that goes on with us. Derpy's here. Hello to Derp, great to have you. Forest currently sitting 14th place in the Premier League table, 24 points, minus 20 goal difference, with 6 wins, 6 draws and 10 losses. You can see there in around them if you're watching on the TV, if you're obviously not in the UK. If you aren't, there's other teams in and around. Wolves just around Forest, 1 point behind them. Leicester City level on points. Manchester City in 2nd place in the Premier League table, 16 wins, 3 draws and 4 losses, a plus goal difference of plus 36 and 51 points. They are led by league leaders Arsenal, 23 games, 17 wins, 3 draws, 3 losses, and a plus 28 goal difference, 54 points. 3 points separate the two sides. Hoping for a dominant game with a clean sheet today, says Gobbit the Gamer. Well, I think a big positive for Manchester City today is Aymeric Laporte starting. Certainly the quality that he brings to the side. I think the control he brings, and also the build-up from the back. I think he'll be solid alongside Ruben Diaz. City avoided a clean sheet against Arsenal. They couldn't get a clean sheet, but you have to remember the only Arsenal goal they did score came from the penalty spot. So that's not really a chance created. I thought it was a soft penalty, but one that I would say that Edison was poor to concede. But there's still lots to go on in this Premier League title race. A long way to go in this Premier League title race, isn't there? MK's here as well. And a prediction from MK straight away. A 3-1 prediction for a Manchester City win. Well, City have got to beat the Forest goalkeeper, Keylor Navas, today. Who I have to say, I still think is one of the best goalkeepers in Europe. Absolutely fantastic, the Costa Rican. Hasn't had his chances really at Paris Saint-Germain for a while. Overtaken by the youngster Donnarumma, who is also a very good goalkeeper. And it's an odd move for him to go on loan to Forest, especially when, you know, considering they've got Dean Henderson there. Henderson's considered to be a top goalkeeper. Maybe not anymore. Maybe not anymore. Dean Henderson considered to be a top goalkeeper. I don't think he's going to get, you know, any game time at Manchester United in the future if he returns from his loan. And looks like Forest maybe would like to keep Keylor Navas around despite Henderson's injury. I think he is fit now. I think he could be even on the Forest bench. So just over 5 minutes maybe away from kickoff here at the City ground, a historic ground. Nottingham Forest, an historic team. They have won Champions Leagues, more Champions Leagues than Manchester City for certain. But in recent years, the success of the two sides has been completely polar opposite. Plenty of City fans here have travelled to Nottingham to see their side, and you can see them chanting away on the screen here that I am watching on. Forest, I've seen them play recently twice against Manchester United in the Carabao Cup, where I thought they were incredibly poor. They did score an equaliser at one point in that game, in the first leg against Manchester United in the Carabao Cup, but never at any point looked like a decent, particularly decent team, to be honest with you. And I expect City to go over and turn over Forest today. That being said, I did mention right at the start of today's stream that Forest have, obviously, got a really good record at home recently, and they haven't lost a game at home since the 16th of September. So, or 16th of October that was, which is a really early point in the season, isn't it? You know, despite the World Cup break, you have to say Forest will have confidence here, despite coming up against a really good Manchester City side, led out by Captain Ilkay Gundogan. Erling Haaland in there in the bright yellow jacket, which I have to say looks absolutely fantastic on Erling Haaland, doesn't it? Sam Evans is here. He says, how are you doing your career mode in Season 5? Well, a new manager will come in Season 5, Sam Evans, and Season 5 is the last season of the City career mode. I won't say the City career mode won't return. I will not rule that out. The City career mode may return in the future, but Season 5 was the last one. And then a new career mode will start on the channel with City FC, our own club career mode that you guys have been heavily involved in. So Nottingham Forest's team, Keylor Navas, it starts in goal for them. It is a back four for Forest of Sergio Aurier, Captain Joel Worrell, Felipe and Renan Lodi in that back line. Attacking fullbacks there. Jonjo Shelvey, Fryer and Colback listed in the midfield three here today. And then the two in behind, they've gone with Danilo and Warren Gibbs White. Now Danilo is a defensive midfielder, so I can't see him playing in a forward, in sort of in behind Brennan Johnson. Brennan Johnson starts up top. Chris Wood, Andre Ayew, Gustavo Scarpa, Emmanuel Dennis, some of the attacking changes, attacking options off the bench that Forest can make during the game. Are we wearing the B kit today, says Gobby? We are wearing the B kit today. The green or yellow and black striped. How do you get new manager, Sam Evans? We just say it's a new manager. That's the only way, unfortunately, with FIFA. So, Manchester City start with the three at the back of Kyle Walker, Ruben Diaz and Laporte. Bernardo Silva partners, it's Rodri in midfield, too. The four in behind, Haaland, Foden, De Bruyne, Captain Gundogan, Grealish and Erling Haaland. City on the bench, as you can see on your screen. Calvin Phillips, Nathan Ake, Julian Alvarez, Sergio Gomez there as well. Nathan Ake, Akanji, Mahrez, Cole Palmer and Rico Lewis. I wonder if Forest play a very strange formation today. Play maybe a four in midfield to try and deal with City's four in midfield. I think that is certainly a possibility from the Forest side. As we approach kick-off here, the players are on the field and ready to kick off. In what is an important game for Manchester City to keep on the heels of league leaders Arsenal. Arsenal picking up 3 points today. City still 3 points. Or 4 points, 3 points off Arsenal. A win here today would take them level with Arsenal, but Arsenal do have a game in hand. Forest fans here. Some of the older looking Forest fans in the crowd. They have seen this Forest side, I'm sure, win the Champions League many years ago, perhaps, and then get relegated, and how they've changed massively, Forest as a team. Back in the Premier League now. Jesse Lingard is sat behind the manager Steve Cooper for Nottingham Forest. Not in the starting 11 today, and not even on the bench. I wonder if Jesse Lingard is carrying an injury. And they're going to be doing a minute's silence before today's game in memory of all those tragically affected in the horrific earthquake in Turkey and Syria that's affected many people outside of football and inside of football as well. One of those is ex-Newcastle Chelsea player. I think he did play for Chelsea as well at the time, Christian Atsu, who lost his life in the earthquake, as well as so many other people, which is it's just awful, isn't it? Just another tragedy in the world. So Evan says, are you friends with anyone from City Extra? I'm not, Sam. I don't know anyone. To be honest with you, I don't know much about City Extra at all. So I couldn't tell you anything about any of anyone that is at City Extra. So kick-off about to happen here. City in a little huddle just over the halfway line as a team. Ruben Diaz, Ilkay Gundogan, I'm sure the two players giving the team talk here. Trying to rev the players up. Nottingham Forest do the same. Manchester City looking to win this game the best they can with goals. Building up that goal difference could be very crucial for Manchester City, couldn't it? Because they lead Arsenal on goal difference, and we'd like to keep it that way. And if we can get maybe 4-5 goals today against Forest, I mean, that's very positive. I mean, a win I'd just take. Obviously, 3 points is more important than looking to score goals, but scoring goals is obviously very important. Andrew's come in with a prediction here of 3-0 City's way. We've had a 3-1 and 3-0. 95% of the votes so far are in favour of a Manchester City win. No one's yet voted for a Forest win, but 5% think perhaps a Forest draw here today for Manchester City. The players take the knee once again in the name of making awareness towards discrimination. And the Premier League is underway. 3 o'clock kickoff. Nottingham Forest versus current Premier League champions Manchester City. Fire says we need to win. We certainly do, don't we? We really, really do need to win here today. And we need to win every game, I think, till the end of the season. I'm Eric Laporte for Manchester City. Ilkay Gundogan. Laporte. Bernardo Silva. And back to Kyle Walker. City very much in this back three. Laporte very far forward on that left-hand side. Phil Foden here. Rodri. Rodri around the corner. Look to go forward to De Bruyne, but he run offside there. Just drifted offside, Kevin De Bruyne. Walker. Bernardo Silva playing on the right-hand side of the midfield at the moment. Foden. Foden for Manchester City, skipping past the challengers of Forest. Colback with a little kick on Phil Foden. And it's a free kick to Manchester City here. Jack Collett with a late one. Astrod Meteor's here. A We Are City member, and so is Lanky. Great to have you two here. Fies predicts 5-0. Astrod Meteor thinks a 2-1 win. And Lanky's gone for a 4-0 win. I'm doing great, Lanky. How are you? Are you excited for the City FC career mode beginning for you members on Friday? It is the 24th of February. And there will be a trailer. I'm working on the trailer. That will be going up the start of next week, maybe even tomorrow if I get round to finishing it off. Free kick Manchester City here in the first minute. Kevin De Bruyne over this one. Double hands in the air by KDB as he looks to swing this one in. De Bruyne. Laporte goes down. De Bruyne into Phil Foden. City with a chance here. Foden across the box here. Straight into the hands of Keylor Navas. A decent cross there by Foden. The running is Brennan Johnson attacking the other way. It's Gibbs White and a good block by Kyle Walker, who's lost out once and twice here. Brennan Johnson slide in well. Great intensity from Forest here, pressing Manchester City early on. And Grealish back to Laporte. I got a swim gala to go to at 5. That's a you might just get to see the whole of the game, mightn't you, Lanky? A swim gala. I hope you win. If it's a competition, I hope you're going to win that. I used to do quite a lot of swimming as well when I was younger. Bernardo Silva, Ilkay Gundogan. I'm Eric Laporte on this left-hand side for Manchester City. City pretty much have Laporte and Walker playing like full-backs. And Diaz playing as a lone centre-back. Ruben Diaz for Manchester City here. Got plays in the wide area. Goes wide to Phil Foden. Walker. Foden. Tries to flick it over the head of Renan Lodi. Foden goes and wins it back off Colback. Renan Lodi keeps it in. From going in behind for a throw-in, but he's going to go back to Felipe here. Up and underneath it by the Brazilian. and out and chested down by Walker calmly to Rodri. City back in possession. A good 10 yards over the halfway line, but Rodri goes all the way back to Edison in his own box to restart this Manchester City attack to build from the back. Oh, you're a Marshall, Lanky. Well, that's a pretty good job, isn't it? You get to watch the races and enjoy seeing people. I suppose swimming's a competitive sport, just like football or any other. Enjoyable to watch. Here's Aymeric Laporte for Manchester City into a wide area to Jack Grealish. Grealish here onto the right foot. Grealish. Bernardo Silva. Grealish is fouled here. City don't get the free kick. Referee goes to play the advantage. Then he pulls it back for the free kick. A late one by Serge Aurier on Jack Grealish. And City get a free kick in a good position here on the left-hand side of the box. About 10 yards away from just the corner of the box here. Aurier late on Jack Grealish. Leaves his foot in. Aurier protested that one, but I don't think he really could do. He clearly took out Jack Grealish there. So free kick City. Foden and De Bruyne over this one. Second chance at the free kick. This first one was really good by De Bruyne. It found Foden at the far post, but then Foden couldn't, sort of find anyone in the box. He ended up playing it right into the hands of Keylor Navas in the first minute of the game. Well, just under 4 minutes played here. And free kick for City to be taken. Diaz, Laporte, Rodri and Haaland the four. Looking to cause problems for this Forest team. De Bruyne leaves it. Foden swings it in with the left foot. Laporte's gone down again here. And he goes over to the referee to protest. That's the second time Laporte's been taken down now in a free kick. Please check, says Laporte. Please check, says Laporte. Goes down again. Laporte begs for it to be checked, so the referee decides not to. Ball forward by Walker. Danilo. Tackled by De Bruyne. Kept in by De Bruyne. Danilo puts it behind for a throw-in. City are asking whether the free kick is going to be checked. And now the referee has to speak to Ilkay Gundogan. Morgan Gibbs White asking to give Laporte a yellow card here. That is sly from Morgan Gibbs White. I mean, Laporte's just asking for it to be checked, and Morgan Gibbs White wants the Spaniard to be booked. Referee says play on, nothing to be given. Throwing Manchester City straight to John Joe Shelby. Call back. Sits on the ball here. Kevin De Bruyne. City win it back. Haaland, De Bruyne. Oh, and all three City players forget the ball. Freuer in behind to Danilo and out for a throw-in. But it's starting a bit scrappy, this one. First 5 minutes, a lot's going on. Forest very, very physical. I'd say that at the back so far. Here's Laporte for Manchester City. Jack Grealish. Isaac's going for a 4-win for City. Grealish wide to Ilkay Gundogan on this left-hand side. Gundogan swung into Gundogan by the far post. Foden pulls it back to the penalty spot. No City players there. Gundogan goes to try and win it off Aurier, who tries to find Renan Lodi. So throw into Manchester City again. This time on the far right-hand side. City putting all the pressure on Forest so far. Absolutely all over Forest. Good start from City. Good intensity. And Forest just struggling to get the ball away from their box at the moment. Walker throws it in. Goes back to Ruben Diaz. Across to Aymeric Laporte on the centre circle. Laporte. Got options to the left and right of him. Goes to Bernardo Silva on this left-hand side. Bernardo still. Outside the boot pass. Found Ruben Diaz. Far right to Phil Foden. Renan Lodi across to him. Foden into Walker. Back to Diaz once more. City continue to try and build an attack here. Thoughts the three-back system, says Lanky. Well, it's working, isn't it? It's working better than they were before. Gundogan, late tackling by Freuer. Referee plays on Rodri. Bernardo Silva. Great little triangle of football from Manchester City there. Wide to Phil Foden. Little step over from Foden onto that left foot. Walker, Rodri. Walker makes a run. Foden again. Danilo takes him down. De Bruyne picks it up. Foden flicks it around the corner to De Bruyne. And a good tackle by Renan Lodi. And behind for a throw-in. I think the three at the back's working, Lanky, at the moment. Like Astro Meter says there, if it works, I'm happy with it. If it doesn't, I'm angry. Exactly. And I think City at the moment, we've got no left back, have we? So we've got to play a three at the back, really. Walker's not an attacking right back. Rico Lewis is 18, and they're the only two full-backs we have in the whole team. So we've sort of got to play this way. So I think we just got to accept playing that way. And you know what? It's working at the moment. It's very attacking, but I'm liking it. Phil Foden on this right-hand side. Rodri makes a run into the channel here. Rodri up against John Joe Shelby. Rodri back into Foden here. Chance for City. Phil Foden across the box here. Finds Jack Grealish. Oh, block on the line by Worrell. Caught that well, Grealish, in a little volley. It just bounced up in front of him. Rodri in behind to Walker. And a big tackle by Renan Lodi again. Another throw into Manchester City. I thought Grealish was about to open the scoring there. But it's a good block by Worrell. I think Keylor Navas might have had it covered, actually. But Worrell blocks it before it gets to Navas. Foden found Grealish. The first touch by Grealish is beautiful, actually. He takes it on the instep and it just lets the ball bobble up, and it sets up so nicely for him off the turf. Maybe just bounce a yard up and allow him to try and put that in the back of the net. Bernardo Silva forward, straight to Worrell, up and underneath by Worrell, out to Morgan Gibbs-White. You can't beat Aymeric Laporte to it. Good play by Laporte into Ilkay Gundogan. Lovely turn by Gundogan away from Shelvey. Gundogan. Wide to Phil Foden on this right-hand side. Foden's made a very, very impactful start here. Foden. Ilkay Gundogan. Back wide to Foden, into Walker. Walker looks to cross it. Kyle Walker with a cross. I think it's blocked. It's behind for a corner. Isaac says, in your opinion, did Man City do good in this year's Champions League group stage? It feels like an age ago, the Champions League group stage. But I think we did, yeah. I think we did do pretty well in the group stage. We went through, didn't we? We went through top. I think Dortmund aren't an easy side to face. You can see they've beat Chelsea already the other day, didn't they? Do you think it works for bigger teams? We play better when we went to a floor against Arsenal. Could have done better, but it wasn't necessary, says Lanky. Yeah, I don't know. De Bruyne with a swing in here. Towards Laporte, the far post. Down to Ilkay Gundogan. Hit at the chest of Aurier, who blocks it before it gets to the goalkeeper and played it behind to Brennan Johnson. And Brennan Johnson fouls Jack Grealish, does he? Referee says no free kick. Brennan Johnson here, counter for Forest. Johnson goes for goal, blocked by Walker. Well done. How it's not a foul on Jack Grealish, I don't know. Beats Johnson to it and then just taken down by Johnson. The referee says no free kick. Much to the frustration of Jack Grealish there. But, yeah, I think the three at the back's a bit risky against the bigger teams, isn't it? Much risky against the bigger teams. Much more risky than it would be against like a Forest here today. It does open you up to counter-attacking situations, but to be honest with you, Lanky, and something I've thought about City for a long while, we've played this so much, we want to keep control, keep control. I prefer we try and score goals than keep control, personally. And it says Leipzig's going to be a tough game, it is. Bit of a closer look at Joshko Gvardiol as well for Manchester City. See how he performs. They'll play high line, Leipzig, because they do in the Bundesliga, and that might suit Erling Haaland massively. They could play those balls in behind. Bernardo Silva for Manchester City. 10 minutes of football played here. It's been all Manchester City. Bernardo Silva here. Twisting, turning on that centre circle. Trying to find a pass forward. Bernardo still. Ruben Diaz. Forrest is sat very, very deep here. Wide to Kyle Walker. Kevin De Bruyne. The pass by Walker's just behind him onto his right foot. And Walker has to go back to Diaz. Ruben Diaz. Wide right to Kyle Walker again, who's getting forward on this right-hand side. Walker. De Bruyne. De Bruyne, left-footed clipping towards Gundogan. Tries to knock it onto Haaland. Worrell beats the keeper to it, lumps it away. Back out to Walker and City. Walker. De Bruyne. Foden. Nice touch and turn. Foden on the left foot. Back out to De Bruyne on the right-hand side. De Bruyne. In behind to Foden. What a ball. Foden across the far post. Haaland's there, but it's over Erling Haaland, who will keep it in. Aurier with a big challenge on Haaland. It's a throw into Manchester City. City are really testing the Forest defence here at the moment. To be fair to Forest, they're making some really big blocks and clearances. Rodri into Kevin De Bruyne, who's played some really nice passes here today. De Bruyne into Rodri. Rodri wide to Jack Grealish, up against Serge Aurier. Grealish beats Aurier. Left-footed cross into the box here to the centre circle. Just doesn't find Haaland, who's frustrated. Haaland, if he just moves a little bit to the left there, 2 yards to the left, I think he gets that and he's got to tap him. But Forest are there to clear it away again. Forest's tactics are very clear today. Here's Bernardo Silva. Grealish. As it says, Haaland's played a lot of times against Leipzig. He has, so he knows Leipzig, and I think he'll get him behind the Leipzig defence. I've seen them play a few times. I mean, at the moment, I think Bayern Munich are losing to Borussia Mönchengladbach. Last time I looked, anyway. Rodri. And Leipzig might be ahead of Bayern in the league, I think. Ruben Diaz. Foden. Walker. Gundogan. Foden. Good play by Manchester City in the triangles there. And Walker goes back to Diaz. City try it on the right-hand side. Doesn't work. So they go back into the centre with Rodri and try the left-hand side now. Rodri out wide to Bernardo Silva. Tries a cross first time across the box. Worrell deals with it. Shelvey out to the right-hand channel to Gibbs-White, who can't keep it in. Throwing to Manchester City. Bernardo takes it quickly down to Jack Grealish. Grealish for City. City have had 91 possession so far in the first 12 minutes of football. Walker. Diaz. City really testing Forest, but yet to find the breakthrough. I'd like an easy game today, especially after the Arsenal win. Walker with the ball in behind to Phil Foden, who just tries to control it on the toe of his left boot. Can't keep it in. Nice idea. And it's behind for a goal kick to Forest. I prefer like a 5 or 6-0 win here today for City. Just make things a lot more easy for us, a little bit more calm, wouldn't it? Forest so far, they're giving us a bit of a game. I don't know why the referee didn't give a foul on Grealish. He let Forest play the advantage. Brennan Johnson's cross was blocked by Walker. That was the chance for Forest, and that shows they do have a threat on the counter-attack. Jack Grealish here, beaten to it by Worrell, heads it straight to Gundogan. Freuler tackles Gundogan. Then Rodri tackles him, and Bernardo Silva clips it over the top to Laporte, who gets right underneath it and lumps it forward to Haaland. Little bump on Felipe. And cleverly done. Head down to Navas. Paul says pressures on you lot. Yes, certainly the pressure's on Manchester City, I suppose. Now Arsenal have won, isn't it? For City to go and win this one today. Bernardo Silva into Grealish. Tries to flick it round the corner here. Foul on Grealish. Free kick played. This could be a yellow card. It could even be a red card here for Worrell. We'll have to see here. Yellow card for Worrell. Grealish about to flick it through to Haaland, who's free in the box. But Worrell comes out. Is it a high foot? We're not sure yet. Does he kick Jack Grealish in the stomach? He might do. We'll have to see. On the replay here, Grealish goes to flick it through. He doesn't kick Grealish in the stomach, actually. He just misses Grealish and comes in with his backside, really, that hits Jack Grealish. It will only be a yellow card for Worrell. But if he made connection with the studs there, he certainly would have been off. He's lucky he didn't make connection with the studs. Yellow card for Worrell, free kick Manchester City. MK says Bayern Munich drawing 1-1. They are, so Bayern have pulled one back despite having 10 men. Paul believes Haaland's dropping off slowly. I think he scored more goals than Arsenal have combined, hasn't he? Isaac says, what about the German game you're talking about? Yeah, the Bayern game. That's what MK is telling us about. That's 1-1. I don't know if Leipzig have played today. I don't really keep too much in with the Bundesliga. So free kick for City. Kevin De Bruyne stands over it. Keylor Navas, the goalkeeper. Just under 14 minutes gone. Well, under 15 minutes gone here at the City ground. Kevin De Bruyne, will he pull off a spectacular strike here, KDB? From a set piece? He just might. De Bruyne are over it. Haaland and Diaz there to cause problems to the wall. When was the last goal he scored? He didn't score against us in both games. Haaland scored against Arsenal. I assume you're an Arsenal fan, Paul. Haaland scored against Arsenal on Wednesday. De Bruyne with a free kick. Straight into the wall by Kevin De Bruyne. Foden headed down. Leipzig are playing Wolfsburg and winning 1-0, so it shows they're in good form. Walker with a bad pass here to Brennan Johnson. Foden takes this thing out of any Forest attack there and goes back to goalkeeper Ederson. Ederson into Walker. Walker into Rodri. Rodri for Manchester City. Wide to Laporte. Further wide to Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne back into Aymeric Laporte. Laporte brings the ball forward. Laporte still. Ruben Diaz. It's a left-hand channel to Laporte again. Looking to find a pass forward. In behind to Kevin De Bruyne. It's a bad one by Laporte, really. It's the right idea, but you can't pull it off. Worrell watches it behind for a goal kick. So it is a goal kick for Forest here. I don't know what you're on about, Paul. I'd love to know what you're on about. Ball forward by Forest here. It's going to go all the way through to Ederson, is it? No, Diaz has got to get there and goes back to goalkeeper Ederson. Into Laporte. Down to Diaz and into Bernardo Silva. City play out of the danger. Bernardo back to Diaz here. Forest are pressing. Diaz has to lump it forward. Shelvey down. Forest the chance here. Brennan Johnson tackled by Rodri and cleared away. And Worrell is going to go all the way back to the goalkeeper Navas here. Navas long and out wide. Grealish pushing the back by Sergio Aurier, and Grealish, it's a throw into Manchester City. Just over the halfway line. Well, Jack Grealish has been in fantastic form for Manchester City so far, hasn't he, this season? And I think he's did well before the World Cup race. I think he's doing well after the World Cup as well. The goal against Arsenal shows that. Kyle Walker. Ruben Diaz. Bringing the ball forward from the back for City. Looking for a pass. Goes to Kyle Walker on the right-hand side. Here is Phil Foden. Back to Walker. Diaz. Laporte is so wide here. on this left-hand side. Laporte. Bernardo Silva. Space for Foden on the right-hand side. De Bruyne is saying to get it over to him. Bernardo flicks it through, and the pass to Kyle Walker is a good pass. Walker into Foden. Phil Foden. Up against Renan Lodi here. They're closing down the spaces for De Bruyne. Phil Foden. Foden here up against Colback. Foden. In behind to De Bruyne. De Bruyne into the box here. Forest away again. Ari underneath it. Brennan Johnson with I think it's actually Gibbs White with a scuff clearance. Bernardo Silva in behind to Haaland. Haaland can't get there. De Bruyne keeps it in. Into Haaland. Haaland. Oh, and he just can't get a shot off here. Unlucky. Good defending by Forest again. De Bruyne outside the boot, swinging to Gundogan. To the far post to Jack Grealish. Good tackle by Serge Aurier. Grealish still. Turns Aurier onto the left foot. Back into the right foot, Grealish. And into Rodri. Good pass by Grealish. Rodri for Manchester City. Switch of play to Walker. Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne for Manchester City. Into Diaz. Laporte. White to Bernardo. City are trying to find a way through all the red shirts in the Forest box. Pretty much everyone's back here. Laporte swings one in. Headed away by Worrell. Rodri stops the counter down to De Bruyne. Into Diaz. And Diaz wide to Walker. That's a brilliant pass by Ruben Diaz. Good control by Kyle Walker as well. Walker in behind to Haaland here. Just intercepted by Felipe. Foden foul. Referee says no. Forest clear it straight to Kevin De Bruyne. Walker. It's a dominating performance from City. Just haven't found the way through. De Bruyne. Walker. Walker into Rodri. Rodri back to Ruben Diaz. Diaz bringing the ball forward here for City. 85% now in favour of a Manchester City win. Ilkay Gundogan. Laporte in the left-hand channel. Laporte could go in behind to Grealish. Does do on the right foot. Jack Grealish against Worrell. Grealish cuts into his right foot. Grealish still. Bernardo overlapping. Grealish stops it. Chance, it's fallen to Gundogan here. And before it reached the keeper, Forest get it away again. Felipe. Long ball by the Brazilian. Laporte foot race with Gibbs White. Rodri across. And Laporte takes it off Gibbs White. And then gives it away to Gibbs White. Then nutmegs Rodri. And chucks himself to the floor. He's not getting a free kick for that one. Rodri switched it out wide to Phil Foden. That is a blatant dive by Gibbs White. We saw he's in a tough position. Foden. Walker. Back into Ruben Diaz. 20 minutes of football played. And City a million times the better team, but can't find that goal. Laporte. De Bruyne. De Bruyne in behind to Phil Foden. Nice ball. Headed away by Felipe. Danilo takes a touch. Nice touch. Gundogan pressing him. Rodri as well. City win it back. Good pressing by Rodri. Phil Foden is right hand side against Renan Lodi. Cole back there to help out. Foden. Bernardo Silva. Walker. Phil Foden. Plenty of bodies back here for Forest. Rodri. Rodri. Still. Gundogan. Bad pass by Gundogan. Forest look to counter now. Danilo gives it away to Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva makes a foul on Jack Colback. It's a free kick their way. I don't think he even touched Colback there. But he dived in, Bernardo Silva, sillily. And that offered the chance for them to get a free kick for Colback to fall over Bernardo Silva's legs here. Morgan Gibbs White still moaning at the referee about a possible foul. He wins it back off Laporte and then goes nutmegs Rodri and then just drops to the floor. Because once he's nutmegged Rodri, what's Rodri supposed to do? Disappear? He can't do. Chance for Haaland was a nutmeg by De Bruyne. Haaland took a touch and then he just lost control on his left boot, Haaland. And couldn't get the shot off. But a really good start for Manchester City. Just haven't found a way through. Throwing for City on this left-hand side. Here is Ruben Diaz for Manchester City. Wide to Kyle Walker on the right-hand side. Phil Foden. Onto that left foot, Foden. Back to Kyle Walker. Ruben Diaz. 21 minutes, 22 minutes nearly of football played. Diaz kicks it against the referee here. Referee plays the advantage. I don't think he's allowed to, but he has done. De Bruyne. Phil Foden here. Foden, pass Renan Lodi, Foden. Brilliant, Foden. Foden, back to Haaland. Worrell just gets there. Bernardo Silva picks it back up. He should have took a touch there, Bernardo Silva. Cleared away by Forest. I don't know how City haven't found a way through Forest here. I mean, they haven't even tested the goalkeeper yet, to be fair. And he's a brilliant goalkeeper. They've not beat the back line yet. Phil Foden with a back heel straight out for a goal kick. That is poor by Foden. Who chases down the ball to throw it to Keylor Navas. But good play by Foden. Skips past Renan Lodi. But the pull back to Haaland's just not there. Worrell beat him to it. City are testing the Forest defence, but like I said, once you beat this Forest defence, which is difficult, you've then got to beat a really, really good goalkeeper. Well done, Grealish could defend him. Flicks it back to Laporte. I mean, the times I've seen Forest, I said before the game, I'd kicked off, I'd seen them against Manchester United. I don't think they're a very good side at all. At all. But that doesn't mean that City have all the ball, don't score, and Forest catch City on the counter. That's a big possibility. Bernardo Silva for City in the centre circle. Wide right to Kyle Walker. Haaland making a run through the middle. Haaland here. Intercepted by Colback. Still falls to Haaland. Foden. Foden back out to Haaland. Bernardo Silva. Bernardo. Wide to Foden again on this right hand side. Walker on the overlap. Foden. Into Diaz. Aymeric Laporte for Manchester City. Grealish. Skips inside Grealish. Away from Aurier. Jack Grealish. Grealish, late one from Aurier again. No free kick apparently. Long ball by Danilo up to Morgan Gibbs-White, and they're in here. It's Brennan Johnson. Johnson with a shot. Drags it a mile wide. It's going to go out for a throw-in for City. I thought there was a foul on Jack Grealish by Serge Aurier. He didn't look like he got the ball. But the referee thought not. Well, he didn't get the ball. He just kicked Jack Grealish in the legs. But the referee said no foul. It was allowed. And twice, Forest have got two really good counter-attacking opportunities that have come from poor refereeing decisions. And Brennan Johnson there really snatched at the shot and dragged it a mile wide. I think Grealish is becoming increasingly frustrated with the refereeing performance so far. Given away by Worrell to Gundogan in a really bad position. Ilkay Gundogan in behind to De Bruyne. Intercepted by Worrell and Shelvey away. Got to be a better pass by Gundogan there. Walker beaten to Danilo to it. Walker still. Danilo nipping at the heels of Kyle Walker. He goes into Rodri. Rodri for City. Rodri. Could go wide to Foden. Decides against it and goes back to Ruben Diaz. Diaz goes wide to Foden this right-hand side. Foden. In behind to Gundogan. Nice space found by Ilkay Gundogan. Gundogan. Walker again. City really are all on the ball. All trying to find ways through Forest but just can't. Wide to Jack Grealish on this left-hand side. Up against Aurier once more. Grealish. Skips past Aurier again. Grealish. Into De Bruyne. De Bruyne with a hit here. And it's a really poorly struck shot by Kevin De Bruyne. Drops past the near post. And behind for a goal kick. But Sergio Aurier seems to like every time Grealish passes the ball just to leave a foot in on Grealish. Every single time that's happening. The referee yet to really pick up on that. City back in possession again. I don't know how because Forest had a goal kick. Walker. Wide to Foden. Foden in behind to De Bruyne. Colback nods it away. Shelvey takes it down. Clears it to Danilo. Walker beats Danilo to it. It comes off Danilo. It's a throw-in for Manchester City surely. It came back off Danilo as he tried to kick it into Walker to win a throw-in. Unfortunately, that's the way it was. I did think the referee was right there. Rodri for City. Bernardo Silva. Into Laporte. Back to Bernardo Silva. Bernardo. Laporte. Bernardo again. Right-footed pass into Rodri inside. Wider to Phil Foden and Kyle Walker again. Foden. Walker on the overlap. Walker crossing here. Blocked behind for a corner to Manchester City. Kyle Walker tries to get into the box, run and load it. Sticks out his left studs and deflects it behind for a corner for City. I'd like to know the stats of this game. Well, it seems to be quite a lot. Kyle Walker wins the corner. Kevin De Bruyne to take the corner. Haaland in there. Cross comes in. Over to Laporte. Laporte on the volley! Locked away. Laporte had time to wait for that one. And volley that one. Back out to Laporte here on this far left-hand side. Jack Grealish on the left-hand side. Another late challenge by Serge Aurier. Late challenge number 5 by Serge Aurier, which the referee continues to let the Ivorian get away with here. Just straight in on the legs of Grealish once again. Another free kick. Grealish walks away. He looks disappointed, Grealish. He seems to be getting kicked every opportunity by Serge Aurier. City currently had 3 shots to Forest's 2, apparently, on the Premier League website, but I think it's more, personally. It feels like it should be more. Kevin De Bruyne over this one. Phil Foden as well. Will it be an in-swinger or an out-swinger? It's going to be an in-swinger from Phil Foden or an out-swinger by Phil Foden. Blocked away. Kevin De Bruyne on the strike. Fell to him in the edge of the box and he drags it wide. Laporte down in the box again, saying he's being pulled down. I mean, Joe Worrell has got the shirt of Aymeric Laporte round the back of Laporte's neck. Is VAR not going to check that? I mean, Laporte's shirt is twizzed around his neck 3 or 4 times. And the referee gives nothing. Laporte off Brennan Johnson and thrown to Manchester City. I'm absolutely outstanding. It's outstanding the referee doesn't even check that. Rodri intercepts it going through. Offside against Brennan Johnson. Referee doesn't give it. Bernardo Silva backwards and towards Kyle Walker. But the VAR must have to check that one on Laporte. They've got 2 hands, Joe Worrell, around Laporte's shirt and his neck. And he's spinning his shirt pretty much around his body. I don't know how that's not a penalty. Phil Foden. Late one by Shelvey on Foden. Gets away from the challenge. Bernardo Silva. Diaz. He goes wide to Laporte here. Aymeric Laporte. Bernardo Silva. Rodri. Rodri for Manchester City. Rodri still. You know, wide right is he to Phil Foden. Goes into Kyle Walker. Further on to Foden here. Foden. Foden looking to cut inside on his left foot. 3 Forest players go out to try and mark him. Another ref being paid by the Premier League to give the advantage to the opposition, says Andrew. Oh, what a ball to Phil Foden here. Foden with a chance. Got to shoot. Foden trying to do way too much here, Phil Foden. He's got to shoot there. Decides against it and ends up getting tackled in the end. Wonderful ball into him by De Bruyne, but Foden's going to pull the trigger. By the time he's gone 2 or 3 challenges to try cut inside, it's given away. Gundogan back for City. Rodri into Grealish. City come again. It's just City attacking for 29 minutes straight at the moment, pretty much. Grealish. Wide to Walker. Rodri comes across to support Kyle Walker. Rodri. Ball through to Gundogan. What a turn. Gundogan in behind to Haaland. It's a bad pass. Renan Lodi throws himself. Oh my, how is that a foul? Renan Lodi runs into Erling Haaland, throws himself to the ground and gets a free kick. An absolute joke of a decision. Renan Lodi just throws himself in front of Haaland. Pep to the other 19 teams are conspiring against us. Feels like it, doesn't it, Derp? I mean, how is that a foul on Renan Lodi when Aymeric Laporte is being assaulted in the box? Haaland breathed on Renan Lodi. Actually, Haaland didn't even breathe on Renan Lodi. Renan Lodi threw himself into Haaland and got a free kick in the box. It's an absolutely joke of a decision. Let's have a look who the matchday official is today. Probably one who, well, he won't get sacked for. I mean, Lee Mason's been sacked because he had a bad performance against Arsenal. These certainly wouldn't do with it. You don't get sacked when you have a bad performance against Manchester City, like Andrew says there. You get a bonus. Let's see if it'll let me view who the officials are today. Graham Scott. Graham Scott is today's matchday official. Another to add to the blacklist of pretty much every Premier League referee. Laporte goes back to Ederson. Ederson into Ruben Diaz. Wide right to Kyle Walker. Danilo pressing. Staying tight to Walker there. I mean, he's had to go back to Diaz. Laporte, I think City, by now, needed to have found a way through, really, in the 30th minute. The game is flying by because it's just all City. Nothing to show for it. It becomes frustrating. Bernardo Silva, Diaz, Laporte. Ilkay Gundogan. Back to Laporte. Rodri, good movement by Rodri. Fantastic holding midfield play there. Offers an option. Rodri into Walker. Wide to Phil Foden. De Bruyne. In behind to Walker, who made his run and then stopped. And so Walker doesn't get in the end of any pass. Kevin De Bruyne ends up passing it all the way through to the goalkeeper. Good combination by City, but Walker just didn't make the run. He stopped. And that meant De Bruyne's pass was wasted. Keylor Navas on the ball for Forest. And the way this is being televised, you see Forest, the goalkeeper, in possession. He lumps it forward and then City just win it back. Aurier heads it forward. Diaz clears it away. Grealish up against Worrell. Aurier back in behind to Morgan Gibbs-White here. He's onside. Gibbs-White against Laporte. Crossing by Gibbs-White. It's all the way out for a goal kick, is it? Walker watches it behind for a goal kick here. Thought Ederson could have maybe come out and caught that. He decided against it, did the goalkeeper and the Brazilian. Danilo drifting towards the far post. New signing from Palmeiras, was heavily linked with Arsenal over the summer, who decided against playing 30 million for the holding midfielder. Now at Forest. Walker for Manchester City. Diaz. Bring the ball forward. Wide left to Aymeric Laporte. Good play by Laporte. Still Laporte here. Into Grealish here. Jack Grealish. Aurier with a big challenge on him. Falls to Haaland. Gundogan. Back to Haaland. Rodri. Rodri. Wide to De Bruyne. De Bruyne into the box here. Rodri with a header. Should score. Great ball in by Kevin De Bruyne. Free header for Rodri in the box. And he heads it wide. Should be 1-0 Manchester City. Rodri misses an absolutely glorious chance. Keylor Navas was stood rooted to the spot. Great play by City. De Bruyne finds Rodri, who's made a forward run into the box here. Rodri heads it wide of the post. Really good chance, but Rodri can't put it in the back of the net. It's a great ball in by De Bruyne. Lovely clip in. And the Spaniard should score. He really should score there. Keylor Navas, long and out to Renan Lodi. Dealt with by Kyle Walker. Rodri. Over the top here to Gundogan. Down to De Bruyne, back into Rodri. City are playing absolutely brilliantly, by the way. Just haven't got a goal yet. Rodri. Gundogan. Walker, the movement, the fluidity in the front line has been fantastic. Foden. Gundogan. Foden. Walker. Ruben Diaz. City moving the ball quickly as well, which is really good to see. Laporte. It's the far post to Gundogan. Does find him. Gundogan. Gundogan pulled it back to Rodri. Danilo. Good defending by the midfielder. Danilo actually cuts that out from Rodri. He's running onto that from on the edge of the box. Rodri's about to hit that. And Danilo just cuts it out. Puts it behind for a corner for City again. Captain Ilkay Gundogan is this time the man trying to create the chance, trying to find Rodri on the edge of the box. Who takes this corner? I don't think it's Phil Foden. It's Kevin De Bruyne. Kincaid EB over this one. To swing it in, De Bruyne. De Bruyne swings it in. Laporte's there. Misses Laporte, who's being pushed and pulled again. Jack Colbert long and away underneath it. Walker. Good touch by Walker. And he goes back to Edison. No nonsense from Walker there. He could have gone into Ruben Diaz. Didn't take the risk. I can't see the game, but it sounds like a typical City at the moment. It's Lanky. Lanky were playing really, really well. De Bruyne, ball in behind here. Deflects behind for a throw in Forest way. Come back off De Bruyne. But City are playing really well, Lanky. Really well. We just can't find the goal. We just cannot find the goal. We haven't found Haaland yet, which might be the reason why. Rodri had a great chance, which he missed just a few moments ago. Forest do not look dangerous at all, and that does worry me a little bit, because the fact they don't look dangerous doesn't mean they won't score. Renan Lodi with the ball forward here and thrown straight back to Manchester City. Diaz takes it and goes all the way back to goalkeeper Edison. Edison here for City. Into Aymeric Laporte. I think City... I feel like we need to get a goal before half-time, personally. Rodri, late one by Brennan Johnson. I'm referee. Doesn't even play advantage. Hey, everyone. I was out for most of the first half. Thought I'd tune in from now because he's not on the telly. Great to have you, Jack Wilson. Well, City are 0-0 at the moment with Forest. Really good. We're playing really well. Really, really well. Better side. Forest have hardly touched the ball. They've had 2 counter-attacking chances, but not much. City just can't find the way through. Best chance fell to Rodri with a header. Found by Kevin De Bruyne, but he headed it wide. Really good chance as well. Foden. Back to Walker. Forest just pressing City a little bit more here. And all the way back, City go to Edison. Good pressing by Forest, but I mean, I don't mind Forest pressing City because it lets us to get in behind them a little bit more. Rodri, find a few more spaces. Wide to Phil Foden. Foden for City. Foden, in behind to Gundogan. Gundogan across the box here. It's a bad pullback by Gundogan. It's straight into the hands of Keylor Navas. Any decent cross there by Gundogan and City are in again. And here's Sergio Aurier for Forest, running forward here, Aurier. Pushed over by Jack Grealish. Referee says no free kick. Bernardo Silva, won back by Brennan Johnson. Good work from Brennan Johnson. Bernardo goes chasing. Johnson, good play by the Welshman. Brennan Johnson, good skill. Intercepted by Ruben Diaz fantastically. Kevin De Bruyne, City with a chance to be behind here. De Bruyne through to Foden, intercepted by Felipe. And a big challenge by Felipe and Gundogan. Full-bloody challenge from the Brazilian. And they come the other way. Danilo in behind to Brennan Johnson. Edison beats him to it, but he's an absolute country mile offside there, referee. The referee says advantage play. Bernardo Silva for Manchester City. De Bruyne. City come again. And again and again and again. It's onslaught. It's attack after attack after attack for Manchester City. Grealish. Jack Grealish wide left to De Bruyne. Last time City lost a Saturday 3 o'clock kickoff away game was 10 years ago at Villa Park, says Terry Albion. That's an amazing stat, isn't it? That shows the performances City have put in over a very long time. That's a fantastic stat. Great to have you, Terry. Here's Laporte for City. Bernardo Silva. There's so many options in the box here. Bernardo decides against all of them. Into Kyle Walker. Back to Gundogan. Walker again. Foden. We're knocking the ball around so well. Pulling Forest all over the place. Gundogan. Grealish. In a central position. Grealish here. Grealish skips past the challenge here. Blocked off by Brennan Johnson. Referee says no free kick. Counter for Forest. Danilo. Couple of step overs and Rodri can't win it off the Brazilian. Does the second time. What a midfielder Rodri is. Sticking the leg out. Wins it back. Foden running at Forest again here. Phil Foden. Wide to Bernardo Silva. Bernardo slows the tempo down. Speeds it up. Gundogan in a bit of space here. Ilkay Gundogan. Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva! Good strike by Bernardo. But wide of the post on the right hand side. Keylor Navas again. Perhaps could have been beaten. But it's missed. An argument between Morgan Gibbs-White and Grealish here. And referee is pulling the two over to have a chat between the two. Have a chat to Morgan Gibbs-White. He's asking Jack Grealish to come over, who's pretty much against going speaking to the referee. I think he's disgusted by him. Referee then says, I don't know, one word to them and says you can go now. What a waste of time by the referee. Goal kick for Nottingham Forest. Well, every goal kick, every time Forest have had a chance, really, they've lumped it forward. City have won it back. Well, Gibbs-White stamps on Jack Grealish when he's on the floor there. I think that's what Grealish is unhappy with. Gibbs-White leaves his boot in on Grealish while he's on the floor. And Jack Grealish wasn't happy with it. Joe Worrell for Forest here, and they go back to goalkeeper Keylor Navas. 39 minutes played here at the City ground. Navas long. Bernardo Silva loses the header to Serge Aurier. Morgan Gibbs-White's an absolute mile offside again. It's a free kick to Manchester City. Gibbs-White won't give the ball to Diaz, who makes sure he tackles him to win it back. Gibbs-White, who's probably one of the oddest looking people in the world, with those eyebrows. Here's Kyle Walker for Manchester City. Ruben Diaz. Diaz slowly takes it forward. He's right side to Walker. Phil Foden. Rodri in the centre, so is Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne takes a little tackle from Shelby there. Then we go into Rodri. Gundogan in space. Rodri finds him. Gundogan wide to Jack Grealish up against Serge Aurier. Grealish against Aurier. Grealish. Left-footed cross here, blocked by Worrell. Behind for a corner. And Jack Grealish is really using that left foot today a lot to try and put it across the box. Flavius is here. We Are City member. Great to have you. Corner ball, Phil Foden. Outswinger to be taken by him. City have had 4 corners now. Ruben Diaz saying to Foden, what we're doing. Foden raises one arm and says, number 1. Cross it in, Foden. Oh, it's Laporte, the far post. Just skims over his head. Grealish picks it up. Grealish. Still. Edge of the box to Bernardo Silva. Oh, what a goal. Bernardo Silva. Ruled to him on the edge of the box by Jack Grealish. And he absolutely cracks it. Pep Guardiola hooking Calvin Phillips. I think all the City players can't believe it. What a that. Flavius, you're a good luck charm. You better stay in the chat. City 1. Forest 0. Bernardo Silva cracks one in the top corner. Or is it right? It could be even right down the middle of the net, but it goes into the roof of the net. Have to see it on the replay. Grealish on the edge of the box, takes his time, slowly lays it off to Bernardo Silva. First time hits it. Ooh. Is it top corner? I'm not quite sure. We'll see it from behind Bernardo here. Just to see exactly how it went in. I'll have to see it from there. Down the middle, more or less, is Flavius. That's what I was thinking. It's surprising the keeper gets beat by it, if that's the case. Oh, it's right in the middle of the net, but it's into the roof of the net. It's a cracker from Bernardo Silva. Keylor Navas can't keep it out. What a hit. It's rising all the way, that shot from Bernardo Silva. Right into the roof of the net. Manchester City 1, Forest 0 here. And a bit of the pressure comes off City, and Forest going to come forward now, haven't they? Oh, and Navas is giving it away here. Rodri. Can't control it. Tackle by Colback. Counter for Forest. Shelby in behind here. Diaz will beat Brennan Johnson to it. And Diaz takes it away from Brennan Johnson. The Carmen at the back. Chris D is here. Looks to have joined at the right time. Certainly have, Chris. Manchester City take the lead through an absolute cracker from Bernardo Silva. Hammers it down the middle of the net, into the roof of the net. And City are on the counter again now. Grealish with the assist, Lanky. Here's Jack Grealish from Manchester City. Grealish tries to skip past Worrell. Grealish still. Big tackle from Aurier. Haaland goes out to win it back. It's a free kick. Forest's way. And Jack Grealish says to the referee, well done. Jack Grealish is clattered into by the Forest players. And he gives a free kick Forest's way. I don't understand it. How is that a free kick Forest's way here? Grealish goes through on the left-hand side. He skips past Worrell. A sliding challenge from Aurier. And somehow it's a free kick Forest's way. But how? No one knows. Not even Jack Grealish knows. Pretty sure the ref is this another game tomorrow, but he's Sunday League because this is where he belongs. I mean, he's absolutely terrible so far. Graham Scott is the name, and he's having an absolutely shocking performance. I mean, Jack Grealish gets fouled in the box, maybe. I've no idea, but it's just absolutely stupid. I have no visual of the match, so totally reliant on the commentary. No spoilers, please, says Chris. Well, welcome, Chris. We'll try and do our best to describe the action. So far, it's just been absolutely Manchester City, absolutely all over Forest. Absolutely all game. Forest have had 2 little glimpses on the counter, but hardly anything. And then Bernardo Silva opened the scoring with an absolute cracker. Refereeing performance is a solid 1 out of 10 again. Here's Phil Foden from Manchester City, who's having a really good game here. Foden caught by Renan Lodi late here. Foden goes down holding the ankle. And this has got to be a yellow card for Renan Lodi. It's a really late one on Phil Foden, who seems to be in a lot of pain here. Does Phil Foden. Well, it's not even going to be a yellow card for Phil Foden, whose socks have all been ripped to the back of his ankle, I think, under a tackle from Renan Lodi. In the City half, pressing Phil Foden. Rakes his studs down the back of Phil Foden's left ankle by the looks of it. And Phil Foden, it's a little jump and a stamp on the back of the ankle by Phil Foden. I don't think it's even a yellow card for Renan Lodi. I don't think it's even a single card for Renan Lodi here. As Foden limps off under physio treatment. I don't even understand how it's not even a yellow card for the Brazilian. And Jack Grealish is laughing his head off here. I think he just knows this is an absolutely joke of a refereeing performance so far. Flavie says Forest defending with everyone in their box beside 9% possession for City. You're not missing much, Chris. That is exactly what's happened. There's 1 minute added time here. 45 minutes are up, 1 minute added time. But Forest, literally every Forest player is pretty much in their box. It is so negative from Steve Cooper's side. We really have some Manchester City. A second one might just finish this game off. Kyle Walker. Phil Foden. He's back on here. Foden clips it into Haaland. Beats Felipe to it. No, he just gets there ahead of him. Felipe. Under pressure from De Bruyne. Throwing to Manchester City. Very clever by De Bruyne. Kicks it into the legs of Felipe. Wins a throw-in for his City side. City have got 20 seconds or so to go on and get a second goal here. Back to Walker. I don't think they will. City going backwards here. Back to Ruben Diaz. And back to Aymeric Laporte. Laporte. Diaz. Graham Scott will be desperate to blow the whistle if City get anywhere near the Forest goal. Ball forward here for City. Kevin De Bruyne beaten to it by Forest. Phil Foden picks it up. Back he goes in behind and Graham Scott blows the half-time whistle. Half-time City 1, Forest 0. It's been an absolutely dominating performance from Manchester City. You'll have to say I feel are playing really well. Moving the ball quickly, find the passes. Movement is wonderful in the final third. Players all over the place. Yet to find Erling Haaland really in a good position. But City have been absolutely fantastic. Half-time City 1, Forest 0. 84% possession after that first half. Only 1 shot on target by City, but that was the one that went flying into the roof of net by Bernardo Silva. 9 shots to Forest 2. City have had 459 touches to Forest only at 144. City 380 passes, Forest only 69. Surely Forest need to come out and do a bit something different in the second half if they look to even get a point in today's game because they purely sat back. I'm going to go for a little break over half-time, maybe back in around 10 minutes or so we can discuss this second half that's upcoming and also discuss the first half. You guys let us know in the comments down below and talk amongst yourself everything you were saying at the moment. 84% of you are right. A lot of 3-1 predictions came in, although I think the lowest prediction was a 2-1 win. We'll have to see. Half-time City 1, Forest 0. We'll be back very shortly after this short break to see more of Manchester City versus Nottingham Forest.
insane. Yeah, for my broken heart, no remedy. But maybe if you stay, we can get away with it. 'Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby. How do you do? 'Cause I'm feeling so good. Memories now let me fall back. But you'll be there, ready to rescue me if I go out of track. You can get away with it. 'Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby. How do you do? 'Cause I'm feeling so good. What's on the other side of inhibition? Ooh, how do you do? 'Cause I'm feeling so cool.
Trying to get my attention, trying to get your redemption. I'm jugging. Dissect your hand if your hand in my putting. Put two in your man if your man keep a looking. Act like a poopy, your wrist get tooken. I'm not the type to go fuck with them niggas who fuck with them niggas who stay on some fish. Oh, young and trapping out the bando. From the ceiling fan to the damn floor. Trying to stack my money up. Cause that's the only way we can go. Tell my mama that I'm okay. See the money coming through the doorway. Got a bad bitch with a lot of money, that's foreplay. Okay, they watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me.
Hello, welcome back to the second half coverage of Manchester City versus Nottingham Forest. City currently lead by 1-0 thanks to a absolutely stunning strike just before half-time by Bernardo Silva. Rolled to on the edge of the box by Jack Grealish and smashed into the roof of the net right down the centre by Bernardo. Chelsea, as Chris has said there, are losing Chelsea to Southampton. Enzo Fernandez, the 120-30 million euro midfielder, being played off the park by James Ward-Prowse. So Chelsea not doing so well. Brighton currently at 0-0 with Fulham. That is another stat from around the Premier League. Another scoreline anyway. Let's have a look if there's any others as well. Any other scorelines going around. I don't think there's been many goals in the Premier League. Wolves 0, Bournemouth 0 as well. And Brentford 0, Palace 0. So in the City game and the Southampton game are the only two goals currently in the 3 o'clock kickoffs. Of course, this game isn't available to watch televised in the UK, so you can listen to our commentary to keep up with all the action as it happens. And I'll keep you informed on all the games, commentary of what's going on in as detail as I can possibly. I'm not professional, but I try to do my best so you guys can listen to the game as if you listen to it on the radio. And if you've got good imagination, you can imagine the game like you're watching it on TV. So, lots of people talking here in the comments below. Flavius there saying Chelsea not in a good time. They've got you two. Who are your two favourite players, Flavius? Mudryk, Joao Felix. Which ones? Enzo Fernandez. Vinnie Jones is a talking point. Absolute. I mean, he just went around fouling people, didn't he, Vinnie Jones? I've seen a clip from, I think, when he played for Wimbledon in a cup final. And the first tackle he made, he absolutely smashed them just to let them know he was there. And he didn't get a yellow card. In today's standards, it would have been a red card for that first challenge. Mudryk and Enzo are Flavius' favourite players. Both fantastic. I really like Mudryk, Flavius. I haven't seen much of him, to be honest with you, at Shakhtar Donetsk. But, and now at Chelsea, he hasn't played much. But when you see him play, he looks a real exciting player, doesn't he? And interesting enough, an article that was published this week, or a quote from an article from Sam Lee this week, when I did post on the community tab, with actually a stats sort of graph on players who are creative and so on. Pep Guardiola saying, or internally, Pep Guardiola believes that the pacey wingers that City have had in the past, like Sterling and Sané, aren't the answer anymore for Manchester City. And Pep Guardiola believes that speed is not the way he wants City to play in. And you can see in the actual stats here that it's, if you think of a graph, down the left-hand side, it's like threat creators, so expected threat passes, pass plus cross, who's the most threatening players. And Jack Grealish is top alongside Mitoma, Kulusevski, Mahrez, and not too far from that is James Maddison. And you can see why City hold an interest in James Maddison. They've got two of the players there, Mitoma and Maddison, probably good signs. I mean, that really sort of rules out the signing of Rafael Leao. Maybe Pep Guardiola wants Kvaratskhelia of Napoli. I mean, that would be a fantastic signing. Really fantastic signing. Flavius would have wanted Mudryk. Chris says, double O Mudryk. Well, he's absolutely fantastic, isn't he? Double O Mudryk, he is. He, I think, could have fitted really well into the City side because he would have given us something very different in those wide areas off the bench. And City have got three really, really entertaining wingers in the youth system at the moment. In those three wingers, they have Carlos Borges, who seems to be scoring plenty of goals. Joel and Dalla are only 16 years of age. And also Adari Mbude, who seems by far maybe the most exciting one. So second half, Manchester City versus Forest is underway here. Forest lumped the ball long forward here. Not created a single chance really on goal. Jack Grealish keeps this one in. Only as far as Brennan Johnson on the right-hand side. Jonjo Shelvey. And Shelvey back. I hope we get Cavra even with the Napoli relations. Yeah, I mean, obviously I think Guardiola would want a player that's not as pacey. And Cavra is that, isn't he? But I don't know. I cannot see City dealing with Napoli personally. Long ball foul by Keylor Navas. Nodded down by Jack Grealish into Ilkay Gundogan. I think City won't get Cavradonna because Napoli will want, what, 150 million euros or something stupid, and City will want him for maybe 80. They'll probably get Rafael Leao for that, considering he's out of contract. Bernardo Silva back to Diaz. A little of a late challenge on Phil Foden there, who asked the referee a question. The referee says the advantage was played. Bernardo into Laporte, back to Diaz. Hopefully Pep Guardiola's give a strong team talk at half-time. I think he's got to be impressed with his side in the first half. Just that final pass, just that final shot. And we could have been 4 or 5-0 up. We played fantastically. Ruben Diaz. Rodri for Manchester City. Bernardo Silva. Wide to Aymeric Laporte. Lanky says, what about Ansu Fati? Not the play. If he didn't get injured, Ansu Fati, you're talking about the next one of the best players in the world. But I think since his injuries, he just hasn't looked at it at all. When I've seen Barcelona play quite a few times. Lanky. Jack Grealish here. Grealish up against Serge Aurier. Grealish skips past Aurier into Ilkay Gundogan. Gundogan with a strike here! I don't know if that's a pass by Gundogan or not. Kyle Walker at the far post with his arms spread wide, asking why didn't you pass that? I don't know if it was a shot by Gundogan or a ball into Haaland. I think it was a shot. It's over Haaland's head, and he had 3 or 4 players to pass to Ilkay Gundogan there. And the players, I think Foden, Kyle Walker in particular, was pretty unhappy with Gundogan deciding against going towards them. Long ball forward by Forest. Grealish against Aurier. Aurier wants a free kick, he's not going to get it. Gundogan knocks it onto Laporte. He goes straight back forward, Aymeric Laporte. Haaland against Worrell. Worrell heads it down. Floyer. Aurier. Shelvey. Long and in behind to Shelvey. Bernardo Silva lumps it away. Shelvey back forward again. Bernardo up against Brennan Johnson. Johnson under pressure from Jack Grealish. Aurier. Shelvey. Brennan Johnson. Nice first touch, but it just bounces into the path of Laporte and City back in possession with Ederson. Flavius thinks Fati's overrated. I think he once wasn't Flavius. I'd say he was Phil Foden level. Easily. Mistake here by Forest. Gundogan ball through to Phil Foden. He's onside. Foden! Oh, what is he doing? Foden's through on goal. He either shoots or squares it to Haaland for a tap-in. Decides against either. And Forest eventually tackle him. So poor by Phil Foden. He might just be offside anyway. He's got to square this to Haaland. So poor from Foden. He's got to square it to Haaland. He doesn't do. He's greedy. He doesn't shoot. He doesn't pass. He loses control of the ball. Terrible from Foden. That's the difference between him playing football and not. Foden with a crossing from the corner here. Head away by Felipe. Walker back out to Phil Foden. Beats Brennan Johnson to it. Bernardo Silva. Crossing blocked away by Freuler throwing. Bayern Munich are 2-1 down, says Isaac. Well, they're in big trouble, aren't they, Bayern? In their title race alongside Leipzig and Union Berlin. Rodri. Gundogan. Back to Laporte. Rodri. Sounds like a total lack of decision making by Foden. I think Foden had to square it to Haaland, but he was feeling greedy and decided he wanted to shoot. Eventually he realised the only choice was to square it to Haaland. By that time he was off balance and he just gave it away. And it was poor. Bernardo Silva. Wide to Jack Grealish on his left-hand side. 8 Matt Sharps is lanky. Yeah, maybe. I think he's just greedy, me, personally. Bernardo Silva, Grealish in behind to Rodri. What a ball. Rodri beats Worrell to it, does he know? Good defending by Worrell. Grealish across to try and win it back. Shelvey long and away. And just straight in behind the City defence and straight back to City. And Aymeric Laporte picks it up for Manchester City. Here is Ruben Diaz. I hope I'm not buffering, by the way. Let us know if there's any buffering. But I think we should be back to it now. YouTube said that it wasn't receiving signal quite as smoothly as it should be. Aymeric Laporte. Ruben Diaz. Diaz into Bernardo Silva. Bernardo. Wide to Laporte in this left-hand channel. Laporte goes for a cross into the box. Does he know he switched the play to Phil Foden? Fantastic play by Laporte. Foden. Foden still. De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne. Left-footed strike by De Bruyne. Slice it massively over the bar here. There was a bit of buffering like a minute ago, two minutes ago. Thank you, Flavius. YouTube does let me know when that's the point. That's happening. But thankfully, it's stopped now. I think it'll be back to normal again. Long ball forward to Worrell. Cleared away. It says Southampton 1-0 and Chelsea they are. James Ward-Prowse scores. Phil Foden here for Manchester City. Foden. Wide to Walker. It's a bit behind him with a pass. And it means that City can't keep going forward. Walker. Rodri. I think City need to double a lead, don't they, here? Laporte. Gundogan. Bernardo Silva. I think if City double a lead, Forest no. They've got to come out then. At the moment, they're still trying to hit us on the counter. Phil Foden. Into Rodri. Rodri. Into Haaland here. Good defending by Felipe. Behind for a corner. Thumbs up by Haaland to Rodri, who got his head up and looked for Haaland there in the box. Just couldn't find him. But it was good defending by Felipe to cut it out because it was going onto the head of Erling Haaland, who had a really good chance. Corner ball. 6 corners so far for Manchester City in this game. Kevin De Bruyne over it. Jonjo Shelvey is the man marking Haaland, the next Newcastle man. De Bruyne with an outswinger. Swung in on the right foot. De Bruyne, free header! Oh my word, Aymeric Laporte's missed the sitter. Free header for Laporte. You think, that's it, 2-0. He heads it at Navas. Anywhere but there, it's going in. And heads it right into Navas. That's so bad from Laporte. I'll say it once again. I'll say it. James Ward-Prowse, the most underrated player in the Prem, says Lanky. Well, he's certainly a good set piece there. How has Laporte missed there? Free header. And he heads it right at Navas. Heads it left or right. It's in, but he heads it right down the middle. It hits Navas between the legs here. Bounces back into Worrell's path. Diaz hits it while falling. And Navas catches it on the ground. Should have scored there, City. Should have scored for certain. Prime Keylor Navas says Art Q, but I hope not. Here's Jonjo Shelvey for Forest and they burst away here. Shelvey. Wide to Danilo. Danilo in behind here and a bad cross by Danilo. It's a good chance for Forest. Good chance again. City come the other way. Jack Grealish here. Running it. Forest here. Grealish still. Grealish. Into Gundogan in. Goes all the way through to callback. Bad defending by City. Bad defending. Bad attacking by City. Lumped away and straight into Rodri. Bernardo Silva down to De Bruyne. KDB. Bernardo. If Laporte should have scored there, it should be 2-0. Rodri, wide to Phil Foden. City have missed 2 real big chances here. Foden for City. Foden still. Wide to Kevin De Bruyne. Good pass by Foden, who's played well today, barring that one mistake. De Bruyne with a cross straight to Aurier's feet. Gibbs White picks it up. Gibbs White into Danilo. Counter again for Forest. Danilo in behind to Brennan Johnson. He's one-on-one with Ruben Diaz here. Johnson. Forest definitely coming out this second half and attacking now. Pulls it back to Morgan Gibbs White. From 30, 40 yards, it felt like. Tries to bend one into the far left-hand corner and sends it right up into the stands and behind for a goal kick. Bad from Gibbs White, but City we should have scored the 2 chances. Foden should have passed to Haaland for a tap-in. And Laporte should have headed home to make it 3-0. And somehow we've missed 2 massive chances. 2 absolutely massive chances we missed here. Bernardo Silva for Manchester City here. Bringing the ball out from the back here. Playing pretty much the centre-back. Diaz. Walker. Kyle Walker. Phil Foden. Behind to Haaland. It's a difficult one for Haaland to do anything with there. It's a poor ball by Foden, who continues to chase it down. Worrell back to goalkeeper. And Worrell pushes Phil Foden there off the ball. Referee. Bernardo Silva loses out in the header to Morgan Gibbs-White, who he just gives Morgan Gibbs-White a bump. Referee says nothing. Rodri. Bernardo Silva. Gundogan. Bernardo Silva. Back to Laporte and across to Diaz. City play it out from the back. Forest press not working too well, to be honest with you. Walker. Goes in behind to Haaland first time here. Haaland against Felipe. Haaland, and Felipe can't beat him to it. Nearly did. Referee says a foul perhaps by Haaland, and Joe Worrell just picks it up and lumps it forward straight back to City and straight back to Diaz. This is an odd performance by Forest in terms of actually trying to get forward at all. Ederson. Rodri. Diaz. So easy for City to play out the press. Forest don't seem to want to come forward at all. Bernardo Silva. 55 minutes gone here at the City ground. Walker. Rodri. Of course, we're back again on Wednesday for another live. Manchester City versus RB Leipzig in the Champions League. I think we're back on the weekend again. Next weekend against Bristol City. Wide by De Bruyne to Jack Grealish. Up against Serge Aurier. Grealish. To De Bruyne on the edge of the box here. Kevin De Bruyne! Into the hands of Keylor Navas. Doesn't hit it with any venom. Doesn't hit it with any venom at all. Pull back to De Bruyne. And he just puts it straight into the hands of Navas, really. Oh, if it took a nick off Gundogan, it was going to go in. I don't know if it was even a shot by De Bruyne, but he's clipping it into Gundogan. Keylor Navas unhappy with his team there. Letting De Bruyne have a free shot. Long by Keylor Navas. Laporte loses out a header to Gibbs-White. Bernardo Silva picks it up. Bernardo. Long forward by Bernardo. Haaland to chase it. Worrell heads it away. Rodri back down. Foden. Felipe running loaded tight to him. Walker into Rodri. Rodri in behind to Kevin De Bruyne. He's run away from Jack Colback here. De Bruyne. Felipe across to him. Felipe, good defending. Heads it back to Kevin De Bruyne, who beats Colback to it. Colback pulling Kevin De Bruyne down. Referee says nothing. Colback then slides in on Kevin De Bruyne. Referee still says nothing. Rodri. Phil Foden. Haaland in the box here. Foden. Walker. Foden again. Could go in behind to Walker. Decides against it. Foden. De Bruyne. Walker resets. Walker. Walker with a cross in here. It's a wicked one. Grealish can't keep it in. It's behind for a goal kick. If Ilkay Gundogan has an extra yard of pace there and gets his studs on anything, just a little touch on that Walker cross, which is a wicked cross by Walker. City score there. Hit with venom. The cross. Gundogan's got to finish that again. City should score there. They really should score. He's so close to it. Gundogan. He's just got to stick his leg out. Double substitution upcoming for Forest here. Steve Cooper's seen enough. Brazilian Danilo is off. A more attacking change, I think. And Andre Ayew comes on. And it's Jack Colback off for Nico Williams. So are they going to a back five? Maybe three up top. So in midfield, I think that's the way they're going. Changing things around here, Forest, because they've not had any chance going forward at all. So a five at the back, perhaps. Sergio Aurier playing as maybe a right centre-back. In a back five. So five at the back maybe feels more defensive, but they are going with a few men further forward and less in midfield. I'll have to see. Colback and Danilo off then. On the bench is still the likes of Chris Wood. Mangala there as well for Forest. Grealish loses out to Gibbs-White in the air. Lump forward to Sergio Aurier. He lumps it forward. Gundogan back forward and straight back to Forest. On the turn is Andre Ayew. Rodri can't take it off him, Ayew. Nico Williams looks to play it in behind and can't do. Freuer. First time Forest have really kept any possession here. All game. Worrell. Wants to go to Felipe, but pressing by Phil Foden and Keylor Navas. Just lumps it long as far as he can, and Walker heads it back into the middle for City. Gundogan loses out, but straight into Phil Foden's path, who could have took a touch there. Phil Foden decided against it. Worrell wide to Nico Williams. Aurier. First bit of possession actually all game for Forest, and it comes after substitutions. Gundogan can't beat Ayew to it. Comes off Ayew. And throwing Manchester City's way here. Angie Ayew wants a free kick. He's not going to get one for that. How's the squad doing, says Ridai. No worries about being late. City are playing not as well in this second half as in the first half. But Ridai, we're missing chances. We're really missing chances. Could be 3 or 4-0 up here today. Ilkay Gundogan. He's had a really good chance. Laporte has, and so has Phil Foden. Should be 4-0 really, with the chances we've had. We've not been clinical in front of goal. Bernardo Silva. Back he goes to Ruben Diaz and across to Laporte. They're trying to press this City back three. Forest with the way they're lining up. Trying to stop us from doing what we're doing. Walker. Kyle Walker. Back he goes to Ruben Diaz. Diaz here. Looking for options for City. Got to go back to Ederson here, Diaz. Can't play the ball forward. They're trying to bring Forest onto them though here, City. That's the idea. Shelby pressing Bernardo Silva. Into Laporte. Back to Bernardo. Bernardo long and away. Looking for Haaland. Searching for Haaland. Worrell just beats him to the header. It's kept in by Nico Williams. Aurier. Does keep him. A little back heel into Nico Williams. Good play. Good play by Forest. A little flick onto Williams then and away. Although it's virtually all City whilst it remains 1-0. Disaster is just one mistake away. Very true, Chris. That's what it feels like, doesn't it? I think that second goal is crucial for Manchester City. If they get that second goal, I think we're certainly going to win then. If Forest don't like they're going to score more than one goal, that's all. But if they do feel like they could nick a goal in them. Diaz forward. Foden flicks into Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne. Still De Bruyne. Takes it past 2 or 3 challenges here. Kevin De Bruyne. Through the back of him comes Fryer. And a free kick for Manchester City. Fryer just landing on top of De Bruyne on the way through. Apologises. There's a Swissman. Just all over Kevin De Bruyne here is Fryer. And the end just climbs on top of Kevin De Bruyne while he's on the floor. And he's a free kick. Diaz, Bernardo Silva. City are struggling a little bit more now after Forest have changed their shape. Laporte. Rodri. Nice pass by Laporte. Rodri. De Bruyne. Options now. De Bruyne. De Bruyne shoots again and dragged wide by Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne we just can't shoot today. It doesn't help when, you know, your best shooter, the best person on goal is Erling Haaland, and we haven't found him with a chance to shoot. That's all. De Bruyne drags his shot wide. You think he's gonna score, really. So still 1-0 City. Chances missed. Plenty of chances missed so far today. 86% of you believe City will win this one. 51 votes so far. Ball forward here. Aurier beats Jack Grealish in the air. Back four by City. Worrell down to goalkeeper Navas. Well dealt with. Well dealt with. Navas then lumps it back forward for his team. Walker holds off one and Rodri flicks it into the path of Rodri. Bernardo Silva. Come on, City. Let's get forward now. Grealish on the left. Bernardo decides against going to him. Bernardo, what is he doing? Backwards from Bernardo Silva. Ruben Diaz. Into Walker. Walker into Diaz again. Back into Rodri. Bernardo Silva. Rodri once more. Rodri still. Diaz. Walker. Gundogan round the corner to Kevin De Bruyne, intercepted by Felipe once more. I have to say he's been very good at the back, Felipe, for Forest today. He's been very, very good, Felipe, today. Because he's doing so well. He's defending well. He's making challenges. He's cutting passes out for City. Borussia Mönchengladbach are 3-1 up against Bayern Munich now. Marcus Thuram has scored. Well, Flavius thought at the same time. Here's Diaz. Walker. Ball into Foden. It's misplaced by Walker. Deflects off a Forest man. Off Andre Ayew. Corner Manchester City. Come on. Let's get that second goal. Just seeing the stats. And City doing everything like over 500 passes. 14 shots. Really surprised it's only 1-0. Well, City have missed so many chances, Red-Eye. Laporte's had a sitter. Foden's had a sitter. Gundogan's had pretty much a sitter. 3 really good chances that they haven't been able to put in the back of the net. Corner ball for City. To be taken by Kevin De Bruyne. Can he find Laporte again? And can this time Laporte find the back of the net? De Bruyne swung in. Free header again! Rodri with a free header. And over the bar by Rodri. Or to the left of the post and over the bar. Glancing header. Rodri gets it wrong again. Like in the first half. Bad header by Rodri. The finishing's been really poor. Fryer. Wide to Felipe. Makes a bad decision making, lack of accuracy. Forest having not a bus Yeah, the whole fleet of buses parked to the net. Yeah, they've been very, very defensive, Forest. Leipzig won 3-0 today. That's City's opponent on Wednesday. Maybe Alvarez sub could come to the answer. I think that'd be too attacking, Redite. Rodri forward, up to Haaland. Oh, Worrell's made a mistake here. Haaland's in. Haaland's pulled down. No penalty, no red card. Haaland's played in here. Worrell's behind him and just pulls him down. No penalty, no red card. No penalty, no red card, apparently, says Graham Scott. Well, he's doing his absolute best to give Forest a chance here. He's probably Forest's best player so far. Laporte in a foot race with Brennan Johnson. And Johnson runs it all the way out for a goal kick. And Johnson's gone over the hoardings here. And the referee, I think, might be looking at the screen here on VAR. Haaland played him. And Worrell pulls him down. Should be a red card. Should be a red card here for Worrell. He should be off. Pep Guardiola gets a yellow card. And Joe Worrell gets no card. Tell me why, says Pep Guardiola. And the referee refuses to tell Pep Guardiola why the decision hasn't gone City's way. Pep Guardiola repeatedly tells Graham Scott, tell me why. Tell me why. And Graham Scott refuses to say. I mean, it's a soft one. But why would Haaland go down? Worrell pulls Haaland. Should be at least a red card. The Premier League or incompetent refereeing committee. Haaland can't believe it either. It was a soft one. He just pulls the arm or the shoulder of Haaland, who's in behind him. It should be a red card for Worrell there. I just don't understand how the referees not give it, to be honest with you. But he's not give anything all game, has he, Graham Scott? And the fact that he's put Pep Guardiola to say what for asking why. Why? Andrew says the ref's getting very rich today. He is. Graham Scott. We're getting his bonus in, won't he, from the Premier League? Haaland. Felipe beats him to it. Rodri takes it off Shelvey. Rodri in behind to De Bruyne. A chance here for City, and De Bruyne has passed the Haaland's port. One pass through and City are in there. City win it back again. Foden. Come on, Kev. Got to be a better pass to De Bruyne. De Bruyne on the overlap here. Foden. Foden's got to pass it greedy. Falls to Haaland off the bar. Haaland again and over the bar by Haaland. How have we not scored? Foden shoots when he should pass to Gundogan. Keylor Navas makes a meal of it. It bounces back to Haaland, whose shot cracks off the bar. And he shoots again from 1 yard out and sends it over the bar. Should be 2-0. City struggling to finish it off here. That is worrying. Should be 2-0. Oh, it's so unlike Haaland to miss that. First one bouncing to the ground, it's the bar. The second one, he hammers it over the bar. City in again here. Gundogan, Haaland's there. Haaland still. Oh, and he can't keep it in. Keylor Navas. Does he put it behind for a corner? Crossing by Gundogan. Haaland can't get there. Navas drops it. How Haaland hasn't scored there before that, I don't know. Incredible miss from Haaland. Incredible miss from Haaland. Nearly beats Navas to it. Navas drops it. But Haaland just can't keep it in. Forest on the attack here. Well won back by Aymeric Laporte. Rodri into Walker. City go again here. City no. That second goal's got to come here. Foden. Rodri. I just don't know how it's not... This game could easily be 6-0 today with the chances we've had. Not even like little chances. Clear-cut chances. How unlike Nunez today, says Renai. Yeah, I mean, he's had one chance, two chances all game, and that was it, and he's missed it. Bernardo Silva for City. Bernardo. Into Grealish. Jack Grealish. Looking for a pass. Finds Kevin De Bruyne brilliantly. De Bruyne over the top to Haaland here. De Bruyne into Haaland. Worrell puts it behind for a corner. How is it not 2-0 here? I think Haaland looks really disappointed with himself. He does. He really does. He should be, I suppose. It's a clear chance that he's missed. A real clear chance that he's missed. He's leant back as he's hit it. And put it over. Corner ball. Phil Foden over it. Phil Foden on this one. Bayern lost 3-2, says Isaac. Not good for them. The Joao Cancelo effect, you might say. Grealish goes all the way back to Ederson here. The attacking change, says Redite. Just need to... It's not even like we're not creating chances, Redite. It's just not finishing the chances. Kevin De Bruyne for City on this right-hand side. Back to Kyle Walker. Bernardo Silva on the centre circle. Picks it up away from Andre Ayew. He's pressing him. Bernardo Silva's lost it on the centre circle. City in trouble here. This could be Forest's chance. Oh, it's a shocking pass by Ayew. Walker into Gundogan. And City come the other way. De Bruyne skips past Felipe. Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne. De Bruyne. De Bruyne. De Bruyne. Oh, he's going to pass it. Foul by Aurier. Referee says no free kick. Rodri beats Ayew to it. Gundogan. Ilkay Gundogan. How we haven't scored another goal here, I don't know. Phil Foden. 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 Into Haaland. Kicked away by Worrell. Rodri beats Ayew to it. Back out to Kevin De Bruyne. 70 minutes gone here. De Bruyne in behind to Kyle Walker. Walker. Could go to Foden. Walker, no options really. Finds Bernardo instead. Bernardo Silva. Bernardo. Walker. Looks to cross it in, decides against it. Second chime at it. Cross it straight into Renan Lodi. Walker beats Brennan Johnson in the air. Down to Kevin De Bruyne. Back into Walker here. De Bruyne. Walker into Foden. Foden with a touch here. Foden. Grealish. Oh, late one by Shelvey on Grealish. Free kick Manchester City. Shelvey comes through the back of Grealish and kicks him. I don't even know if I can moan at Grealish here. Haaland comes in to defend Jack Grealish and Shelvey clearly quickly moves away when Erling Haaland steps up to defend him. Shelvey just kicks Grealish in the back of the leg. I don't know what else he can think. Chris says he's thinking, beginning a bad feeling about this game. All these misses. Forest will probably get one chance and score. Feels that way, doesn't it? This could be bad, says Redite. Certainly. Flavius says, I don't think so. Either a 1-0 or I win one goal or more in the next 10 minutes for us. I don't know. Mangala is coming on a defensive midfielder here for Forest. Who's got a gum shield in, I think, Mangala, interestingly. And off comes the man who's just given away the free kick, John Joe Shelvey, the number 6. Oriel Mangala. Ex-Stuttgart man. Onto the midfield. City with a free kick opportunity here. And, I mean, it's a really good opportunity. It's right in the edge of the box. Surely we score it. Surely we score it. Kevin De Bruyne over it. And Ilkay Gundogan. A goal here for City would pretty much seal the game. But 1-0 is not good enough, it feels. 72 minutes of football played. Kevin De Bruyne over this one. Along with Ilkay Gundogan. Can De Bruyne finish this game off here with a wonder strike? Well, Bernardo Silva. De Bruyne! Tipped over the bar by Keylor Navas. Corner Manchester City. Good save by Keylor Navas. Fingertip save. Was it De Bruyne or was it Ilkay Gundogan who hit that one? It was Gundogan. Oh, it's a really good save by Navas. It's not in the corner. But the Costa Rican gets across and tips it just over the bar. Brilliant save. 3 attempts, none on target for Forest, is Flavius. Well, the stats tell you, Flavius, that Forest won't score, but you can't help but feel it, can you? Corner for Manchester City here. To be taken by Phil Foden. To the far post to Rodri, the header back across the goal. Headed away by Forest and behind for a throw-in. Felipe can't get there. I just don't understand how we haven't scored more than one goal here today. Cross comes in to the far post. Rodri's there. Heads it back across goal. And it's Felipe again. Good defending by the Brazilian. Nods it away. Throwing for City. Navas showing his Champions League goalkeeping there. Ooh, Leeds United 1-0 down to Everton. That's a big, big result for Everton. A bad one for Leeds. Crystal Palace are beating Brentford as well. And Wolves 1-0 down to Bournemouth. A big result for Bournemouth as well, that could be. City have had 20 attempts, 6 on target. Forest have had 3 attempts, none on target, like Flavia said. It's just a joke, isn't it? Foden. Foden. Tries to skip through the Forest defence. Running Lodi long and away. Diaz can't beat Ayew. Diaz, big sliding challenge by Diaz. And again by Diaz, throwing his body on the line for the team. Ayew picks it up here. Andre Ayew. Away from De Bruyne. Mangala. Into a path straight to Diaz. Into Rodri. Forward, says Diaz. Wide to Kevin De Bruyne. Haaland in the box here. De Bruyne behind to Foden. What a ball. Foden against Navas. Overhit pass by KDB. Navas beats Foden to it. City just get it back every time Forest tries to go out the half. Very true. City won it back again as Forest come forward. Kevin De Bruyne for Manchester City. De Bruyne. And back he goes to Ruben Diaz. City just can't find a way through. Or they do find, to be fair, City do find a way through. They just can't put it in the back of the net. And that's not down to good goalkeeping all the time. That's down to poor finishing. Diaz improved this team so much. And even Laporte types red-eyed Diaz, certainly. You should have seen him throwing his body into challenges there. Phil Foden. Foden skips past the challenge. Foden trying to do too much there, Foden. Just pass the ball. What are you doing? Forest counter. Ball in behind here. Bernardo Silva in a foot race with Brennan Johnson. Bernardo Silva can't beat Johnson to it. Bernardo Silva lumps it away. Poor pass by Forest out for a throw-in. They're going to have a chance, Forest. I certainly think they'll have a chance. The City need to double the lead before them. Really need to double the lead before them. Otherwise, City winning at Arsenal would have been an absolute waste of time, wouldn't it? Ball forward by Forest. Laporte heads it back towards Forest. Mangala takes it on the chest. First time you've seen a Forest player take it down and attempt to pass it. Mangala. Back into Worrell. Ball forward to Morgan Gibbs-White. Outside the boot, flick into Andre Ayew, who's offside here. He's beaten Walker to it brilliantly. It's Ayew, is it? Renan Lodi, I have no idea. Slip in the box here by Laporte. Forest putting us under a lot of pressure. Aurier straight to the back of Gundogan. Haaland gets back to help his side. Worrell. Felipe. Going to go back all the way to the goalkeeper here. Flavius thinks Laporte-Diaz duo the best. Agreed. I think they should play every game, Laporte and Diaz together. Forest the ball in behind here. Bernardo Silva and Laporte away. Forest have got to play down with a head injury. And Forest are playing on. That's their own problem. Jack Grealish keeps it in. And the referee pulls it back for now the head injury. Well, Forest were playing on there. Stones and Diaz are sometimes the Roxy's red eye. Yeah, Arsenal with a comeback. I know. Don't remind me. An own goal by Emi Martinez. But Eddie Nketiah are in offside position blocking Martinez's view on that third goal for Arsenal. But we won't say anything about that. We'll accept the refereeing decisions, won't we? We'll accept them. Serge Aurier. I don't even know why he's gone down with a head injury here, Serge Aurier, because he doesn't even clash heads with Erling Haaland. I think he's pulled his calf instead. That's what it was, a calf injury. Chelsea is still losing to Southampton. A James Ward-Prowse free kick. So, a replay of the City goal. Grealish lays it off the edge of the box and Bernardo Silva hammers it down the middle. It was a sweetly struck strike by Bernardo Silva, but the fact that it's just 1-0 does worry me. And it worries me for the future, doesn't it? Because City should be so many goals up here, and they're not. We're in the 77th minute now, we're approaching the 80th minute. And City should be way in the lead here. They should be light years away from Forest, and we're not at only 1-0. Serge Aurier still on the deck here, the Ivorian. Whether he plays, I'm not quite sure. It's something for manager Steve Cooper to think about. And he will think about. Does he take Aurier off? Does he keep him on? Well, Chris Wood. He is coming on for Forest here. That's going to be causing big problems for us. He's going to come on, throw his weight around. He's a big man. He scores quite a few Premier League goals in his time at Burnley and at Newcastle. Signing a permanent deal for 15 million by Forest just a few days ago. And Harry Toffolo comes on as well. So Renan Lodi off, Harry Toffolo on. And the other substitution is Chris Wood. But who does Wood come on for? Today should have been 5-0 already, says Red Eye. It should have been. It should have been very comfortable. But finishing has let us down. Really let us down here. So Toffolo on. And Chris Wood for who? I think they're going attacking here, Forest. Serge Aurier looks to be the man that's going to come off. And Chris Wood's on for him. So Forest going, what, 3 up top, 4 up top. Back to a back 4 again by Forest, maybe. To follow on for Lodi. And Forest look for that equaliser, which they just might get. Grealish kicks it back to Forest here. All the way through to goalkeeper Keylor Navas. Approaching the 80th minute mark. City need that second goal. Desperate for that second goal, really. Ball forward here. Chris Wood straight away through the back of Aymeric Laporte. Only a throw into City. But that is what Chris Wood brings you. Aggression. Stones is always clutch. It's tough to let the many go, says Flavius. Yeah, I mean, I think the chances are, from what we've heard and what I've read, Aymeric Laporte will be going this summer. I just don't know who's going to buy him. I don't know who's going to buy him personally. We'll have to see. Bernardo Silva forward. Up to Haaland, misses the head of Haaland. He throws it straight out for another throw into Forest. These late stars amuse me so much. Forest really brought them all. How many players did Forest buy? Was it 30 maybe? Laporte, a little flick into Bernardo Silva. Lumped away by Bernardo up to Haaland again. Straight out for a throw-in again to Forest just on the halfway line. Forest take it out 10-15 yards further forward. The referee says, come on now, get back. It was over the halfway line, that one. And Graham Scott makes them go back. Here's Felipe under pressure from De Bruyne. Has to go back to goalkeeper Keylor Navas. Navas, foot for it. Long up towards Chris Wood, a focal point now. Wood wins the header. And Diaz beats Brennan Johnson to it, lumps it back to Forest. Worrell, Mangala. Out to full-back. On the right-hand side, Nico Williams. Back to Worrell. Forest back to goalkeeper Navas once again. They're going to have at least one more chance here, Forest, with a chance on goal. And we need to make sure that we scored our second goal before them. Gibbs-White, nice play by Forest. That's better from them. Worrell. Flicked over the top. Great space here for Nico Williams. Bernardo Silva's in at left-back. Williams. Crossing towards Chris Wood. To the far post to Andre Ayew. Walker in a foot race with Ayew. Beats him physically. And City get the ball back. Walker lumps it forward here. Ayew just kept it in, but couldn't stop him. Haaland with a good touch here. Felipe battling with Haaland. He's being pushed and pulled all over the place. No free kicks to the referee. Here is Gibbs-White. Skips inside here. Gibbs-White round the corner to Brennan Johnson. It's a terrible pass. Johnson can't keep it in. Well, he doesn't keep it in. It's Bernardo Silva who's crossed to him. It's a throw into Manchester City right on the corner flag here. Right on the corner flag. And Morgan Gibbs-White is a really poor pass over to Brennan Johnson. I haven't been impressed by him, Gibbs-White, at all today. That being said, he'll probably score now, won't he? So I'll keep my mouth shut for now. Although I've already said it. The curse of the commentator. Bernardo Silva back to Grealish. Long forward to Haaland, who's not there. Felipe picks it up for his side. Felipe. Forest with a chance here. City can't win it back. Foden does. Gundogan. Grealish. Grealish still. Felipe, late tackle on Jack Grealish. It's actually Nico Williams. It's a free kick, Manchester City. I don't know how they complain about fouls on Grealish, because he kicked Grealish in the leg and then complains it's not a foul. Flavius says Kevin shots say horrendous. Yeah, he's been very poor in front of goal, Kevin De Bruyne, hasn't he? Very poor in front of goal. But so is the whole team. So is the whole team. Grealish smiles and chats with Nico Williams. I think there's no sort of, animosity between the two there. Ederson takes the free kick for Manchester City. Sends it long towards Haaland, does he? No. Out to Phil Foden. Can't win the header. And Forest head it behind for a throw into Manchester City. Bring Alvarez and Mahrez on. Something with people who will score goals. You think Mahrez will score a goal, wouldn't you, Redeye? City throw it in behind to Erling Haaland, who takes it away from Felipe. Foden. Haaland. Haaland skips past a few challenges here. Haaland still. Haaland. Haaland still. Haaland wide to Grealish. Great play by Haaland. Jack Grealish. Grealish. De Bruyne again. And De Bruyne, absolutely useless. Sends it into Rose Ed on the edge of the box. I mean, he's been torrid today, De Bruyne, in front of goal. He really has. Haaland here runs from one byline to the other. One half of the pitch to the other. Plays in Grealish. You think maybe pull it back to Haaland for a shot. He doesn't do. Goes into De Bruyne. Probably the right choice. And Kevin De Bruyne just skies it over the bar. 2 balls in the field here. Keylor Navas. Mangala. Tofolo. Get KDB off, says Redite. He needs to come off De Bruyne, really. He's in front of goal. He's been terrible. Mangala. Felipe. Ayew. Can't turn. Mangala. Who's dropping in between the back two of Forest, trying to build up with that back three still. Worrell. Back into Nico Williams. Gibbs-White on the turn. Wide he goes. Forest on the attack here. Skips past Bernardo Silva. Rodri. Down here. Chance for Forest. Chris Wood scores. It's been coming. And that's City throwing the title away. That's Manchester City throwing the title away. Jack Wilson says, should it be chopped off? There were 2 balls in the park. There was 2 balls on the pitch there. But they won't rule that out. Well, that's Manchester City throwing the title away, isn't it? There you are. Done it to ourselves. Shocking. Poor. 100 shots. Forest get 1 shot and score. Well done, Forest. Well done, City. What's the point of even beating Arsenal? He might be offside, but I don't think so. Pep bringing on Mahrez and Alvarez in the 90th minute, probably says Mark Hugh, but yeah, let's bring them on the 90th minute. We should have won this game. And that is the Premier League title gone. Only ourselves to blame, because we can't finish our chances. Haaland, De Bruyne especially, Gundogan, Rodri, all can't score. Maybe the substitution should have come earlier, but they haven't done. And City concede in the 85th minute to a Chris Wood goal. Absolutely embarrassing from Manchester City. Embarrassing from Manchester City. They've done nothing all game, Forest. Just go forward one time and score. Embarrassing. And now we'll start throwing it forward to try and score, won't we? Now we'll throw everything at it. But it's just so embarrassing for Manchester City. 5 minutes left. So Chris Wood is certainly onside, not offside, 1-1. Embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. And it's not the defence to blame today, it's the forward line. You miss chance after chance after chance and you get punished for it. So poor. 85th minute. City come forward here. Grealish. Grealish with a shot blocked away. Well, look at us throwing everything at it now. Turn the clock off by mistake. Look at us throwing everything at it now. Stupid from City. You've thrown away the Premier League title after beating Arsenal. Well done. And only yourselves to blame. Only ourselves to blame. Julian Alvarez comes on in the 90th minute. Played so well in the first half. Can't score. First chance of the game. And we concede. And Arsenal will be Premier League winners for sure. City have thrown it away again. Can't complain. Forest get the chance and they're clinical, aren't they? They make use of their chance. Should have made substitutions earlier. We've seen this film a million times before. Should score, don't score. And Forest go on and get a point, maybe even win this one. Here's Nico Williams for Forest at the right side. Crossing again. Laporte defends it away. Bernardo Silva lumps it away for City. Haaland can't beat Felipe too. It's a free kick their way. I said it. Typical City. Makes chances play amazing for 85 minutes and then throw it away because we can't put it in the net. The agreed lanky Ridai. If Alvarez scores, he shuts the whole team up for not scoring. He won't score. Don't get ahead of yourself, Ridai. He won't score. City have thrown it away. Kevin De Bruyne comes off. Julian Alvarez comes on. Pep Guardiola makes the changes. Too late. 88th minute when Alvarez comes on. It's too late. It's just too late. Nathan Ake comes on as well for Phil Foden. Too late for City. You've thrown it away now. What's the point of even winning against Arsenal? What was the point of winning against Arsenal? Ball forward. Forest head it into the box here. Rodri away. Forest still with a chance, are you? City could counter here. Alvarez. Why to Phil Foden? Who's still on, but I think Ake, it said his number come up there. Foden with the ball forward. It's a shocker by Foden to Haaland. And Navas lumps it out for a throw-in. It's just embarrassing. Embarrassing from City how bad we are. What was the point of winning against Arsenal? What was the point of winning against Arsenal? Might as well have lost at the Emirates. We might as well have lost at the Emirates. What was the point? We all know that. We all could see it coming, couldn't we, really? We all saw it coming. So Ake comes on. Walker with a throw-in. Long throw-in by City. Diaz in there. Foul by Alvarez on the Forest play. Referee says play on. Walker with a swing in. Straight into the hands of the goalkeeper, Keylor Navas. It's been coming all game, hasn't it? I mean, I don't know how Haaland's not been given a penalty or at least a red card for Joe Worrell when he went through. Just so poor from City. So poor. I don't know what to say when they like this. I mean, you could see it coming, couldn't you? We've seen this film a million times. City miss chances, the opposition win. I mean, with Haaland, that's not supposed to happen. But he's missed the sitters today, Haaland. So has De Bruyne. So has the others. Walker a long ball forward. Haaland chases. Can't beat Felipe to it. Alvarez. Down to Gundogan. Terrible header by Alvarez. And behind for a throw-in. So disappointing, says MK. Well, that's the title race. Dead and buried for Manchester City. The win at Arsenal was an absolute waste of time. Because you can't even go to 17th place, not Forest, and mess it up. City have had 22 attempts. The Forest is 4. Incredible. Bernardo Silva swung into the far post. Gundogan keeps it in. Haaland can't attack it. Worrell away. Rodri back out. To Aymeric Laporte. City throwing everything forward here. There'll be, what? A few minutes of added time. 4 minutes of added time here. Laporte. Crossing by Laporte to Haaland. Haaland misses it. Andre Ayew up and away by the Forest man. Out to Ruben Diaz, who's down to Laporte. Diaz. Laporte. Jack Grealish. Back to Ake. Crossed in. Blocked away by Brennan Johnson. Push on Ake. Ake keeps it. Into Gundogan. Behind to Grealish. Jack Grealish. Grealish. For City. Grealish still. Got to cross it here, Grealish. Back to Ake. In there to the box to Laporte. Beaten to it, Laporte. It's a free kick Forest his way. Of course it is. Well done, referee. Well done, referee. The referee there has done brilliant. Felipe's bought a free kick and the referee has gifted it him. Still 1-1. City have thrown away a title. Forest 1 effort on target. It's all it's needed, says Chris. It's all it's needed against Edison, isn't it? 1 shot on target, 1 goal. That's the way it happens with Edison. If you shoot on target, you score. I won't think it's entirely his fault either, to be fair. He couldn't do much about the goal. Fired across the box, no one at the back post defending it. City. What a waste. What a waste. Back within, what, 5 points behind Arsenal, plus the game in hand. There's no chance, is there? The title's gone. We've thrown it away at Forest. Wow. Unexpected to say the least, but deserved. Deserved for Forest. You don't finish your chances, you get punished, don't you? 2 points off Arsenal. They'll win their game in hand. Laporte here, a bit of defending for him to do, and he leaves it behind for a goal kick. Edison goes across to take it. City have, what, 2 minutes to score a goal here. 4 minutes of added time, Isaac. Quite right, yeah, Flavius story there. 4 minutes of added time. But the goal is just not coming. I can tell you now it's not coming. It's not been coming all day. Rodri, Diaz. Here's Bernardo Silva. Walker. Crossing by Diaz. Navas punches it away from Erling Haaland. Behind for a throw-in. Here's Grealish. Grealish looking to swing it in. Doesn't do. Grealish still. And behind to Ake. Ake does cross it in. Haaland in there. Diaz with a header. Over the bar. It's a corner, is it? No. It's a goal kick. Goal kick, I think. Well, we'll have to see. Corner ball for Manchester City. Gundogan swings it in. Header by Forest away. Back in by Andre Ayew. Cleared away by Toffolo. Manchester City 1. Nottingham Forest 1. City throw it away. And that is the Premier League title over. That is the Premier League title over right there. City have given it away, haven't they? City have gifted it to Arsenal. Congratulations, Arsenal. They showed the fight back today, didn't they, being behind? But we couldn't beat Nottingham Forest. I mean, what more do you want? What a terrible performance in the end. We played well, but can't put the ball in the back of the net. So a draw, 4% of you guys were right. I don't think anyone predicted The 1-1. Thanks to the commentary, says Chris. Disappointing result. Don't give up. We're still better placed than last week. True, but I mean, what's the point of going beating Arsenal? What is the point of going beating Arsenal and going to draw to Forest? I mean, we might as well have lost to Arsenal, accepted we were out of the title race. What an absolute embarrassment from Manchester City. Pep Guardiola got it wrong there. I think he should have made substitutions way earlier. City, in my eyes, have thrown it away. There's still a long way to go, but what a shame. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back on Wednesday for RB Leipzig. Perhaps the only competition Manchester City can win this season. The FA Cup's still in there as well. The Champions League. Been great to share it with you all. So see you on the weekend for RB Leipzig against Manchester. On the Wednesday for RB Leipzig against Manchester City. Been great to have you. We'll see you all next time. Such a shame City end it with such a disappointing result.